I find it to be so genuine. I feel like most of the people who participate are genuinely wanting this to be somewhere where people can go to feel included and to feel like they're part of something that's really radical. And it is really radical. And I think DIY culture in general is pretty radical. And so to bring that to counteract like the Miami institution in Oxford, I think is so special. And everyone's really real. And they really create amazing things when they come together.
They were kind of just like, for a while, they were like get-togethers. I feel like for like groups of people who were like wanting to be just doing different things. So people would have like poetry nights, or people would have like art exhibitions or open mics and things like that. And then 2 years ago, my good friend Emily McColgan and I moved into a house together with the intent of booking shows, and we had like a show almost every weekend, I think, when we were in there. And that was, as far as I know, the first time anybody has been booking touring bands in Oxford, at least since I've been like enough of an adult to be going to these.
It's just such a interesting conglomeration of like people from Oxford and Miami students like coming together in such an unlikely scenario. And I know, I mean, at least from my experience and like my friends' experience, it's impacted the Miami community.
I think it has a huge impact, actually. People feel like they might be seeing a band that they would have seen if they lived in the 90s, or if they had lived in the 80s, or even farther back, or if they were at some weird avant-garde vaporwave show or something. You know, we bring electronic artists here. You know, they might feel like they're in some kind of city club in New York City or New Orleans, but it's right here in Oxford.
It was kind of, there was some shows the first year that we had shows where I think we had like more than 100 people at, and I don't think that we've had any shows of that size since then. But things have grown, such as I guess just like the literal community. Like there's like more like regular people that come back to these things now, and there's more people when I interact with bands. There's like more people who are aware of Oxford as a place that has a scene, and that they might be able to come play. And yeah, it's definitely grown. Like in terms of also like the money that we've been able to pay bands, that's been something that's grown. Is the amount of donations that we've gotten over time. Just how enthusiastic people are with donating, and also how much they understand like how important it is to being able to do these events.
What really brought us other people into the mix was seeing how successful that those were, and the community that those shows brought, not only from Cincinnati, but also from areas outside of Oxford, and the interest that kids of different alternative styles and that might not feel like they have a place like in the bar scenes and stuff could come to the shows. And so it just felt like something, after they moved out of 321, that we couldn't just let fade away. And so the year after, you know, Ezra continued it and started booking here where we are right now, 305 North College. And then other houses got involved, and now this year we have made it so that it's kind of a group collaborative effort, but Ezra will tell you that he's kind of not as involved anymore with booking, and he's trying to get other people to take it over, like so that he's not doing it anymore, so that his time can kind of pass, and that it can just become like a scene that takes care of itself, I guess you could say.
Lipstick Fiction. When they played that show, that song that was like "Take Off Your Shirts," and just instantly everybody's shirts were gone, and that was like one of the best moshes I've ever been in. That was spiritual. That was a great time. Yeah. I just love it like when we get the floor vibrating, you know, and everybody's just jumping. And like it doesn't even have to, you know, like you got Johnny who loves to mosh. But you know, every show has their moments, like even Bunny Boy.